you the one I've been waiting for? You might be. I hope so. It's been so many cycles since I was her. Do I even still remember Hope? I wasn't sure you'd ever turn up. The odds just kept getting longer. I guess I've been losing faith, while they've been gaining power. You have to reach me. Everything depends on your survival. Master this world. Make allies of its many creatures. Grow your strength and skill. Explore this place like I did so long ago. Put the pieces together and find me, survivor. You may be the only one who can.
You know, kid, sooner or later, you're gonna have to talk about it. What are you drawing over there, anyway? Hey, that's not bad. And this is you over here, with this dum-dum?
Don't be mean to Honker! No, I don't want to talk about him.
He's your dad, Mika. Now, I may not know a lot, and I made plenty of my own mistakes back in my day, but I do know one thing. Families gotta stick together.
Well, why don't you go tell him not to be such a stinky dino goon?
That's just not how it works, Mika. Look, maybe old Uncle Bob here can shed some light on the situation, about why the big man thinks the way he does.
Wait, you knew my dad before all this? So, were you also on the, what did he call them? The Arks?
Yeah, those. Say, have I ever told you the story about how Dad and I saved everyone together?
You were there? You were one of the heroes?
Well, yeah, sure. In fact, you might say that I was the most important part of the whole story.
Okay.
Go ask Santiago yourself if you don't believe
No!
me.
I want you to tell me, Uncle Bob.
All right, then. Let's start at the very beginning. On a faraway tropical island surrounded by sparkling blue water. That island was the first time I ever saw big, dumb lizards like Honker here. And it was the first place I ran into her.
Is this what happiness felt like? Love? No. This is more like pride. Yes, that's it. I'm proud of you, survivor. You've accomplished what few have. You've ascended. I once did too, when I was her. Helena. She was an explorer too. And like you, she traveled the Arks and discovered their secrets. You're following in her footsteps. Keep going. Discover what became of Helena and her friends. Survive the many challenges ahead, and you'll find me here waiting for you. Together, we may yet be able to save our world.
So there I was, whizzing through the sky, when this sparkly lady flies right up alongside me, and she tells me, "Bob, you're the greatest guy ever. You have to stay alive so you can save everyone."
How are you supposed to save a whole world all by yourself?
Well, now, I did have a little help from my friends. Little Miss Professor here, and the doc there. But maybe that's a story for another time. I mean, you gotta have some chores to get back to, right?
I already did them, I swear!
Great. Guess I'll just, keep retelling these true tales about Bob's amazing adventures.
Yeah!
This desert wasteland was a turning point for Helena and her allies. It was here that her fellow explorer Rockwell began his spiral into darkness. If only Helena could have seen the threat that was so close to her, where Rockwell's experiments would lead. There's danger lurking beneath these sands, survivor. Seek out this Ark's guardian and find your way to where I'm waiting for you.
So, after that island, where did you go next? Oh, I bet it was somewhere exciting!
Before we keep going, I was thinking maybe you want to let your dad know where you ran off to.
I don't want to think about him at all. I want to hear more stories. Uncle Bob.
Okay. How about a story with spurs and six shooters and all that?
Yeah, that sounds wild.
Darling, you don't know the half of it, but whatever the danger, Bob still managed to show the wild and woolly wastelands who was boss.
Whoa, now we're talking.
Place was hotter than heck, and all that dang dust had a way of working its way up your, nose. Point is, I was gonna have to get lean and mean if I was fixing to tame anything in that forsaken desert.
You continue to impress, survivor. As you have grown in strength, I have been searching Helena's memories, finding what I have forgotten all these long years. Her friends, and the journeys they had. Was it all for nothing? No, it had to be done, so that one day you could exist. Together, you and I, we can put this right. You must travel onwards, survivor, for your greatest trials are still to come.
So, that's how I went from squeezing water from a cactus to fighting a Mandy Whatsit in a ghost town.
Wicked.
Just goes to show, you gotta stay ready for the unexpected. And you always need to stick by the folks who have your back.
Didn't you say you tamed the wastes all by your lonesome?
Well, I had some help.
Oh, yeah. You still haven't told me where you met, him.
Oh, wouldn't you rather hear that story from the big guy himself?
No way! Unlike you, he's got no sense of humor.
You just sit tight while your Uncle Bob thinks about how to tell this next part without giving nightmares.
But I like scary stories.
Hey, no, I was talking about it giving me nightmares. See, this is the point in our story where things get dark. Real dark.
Awesome.
You've come so far, survivor. This place was once a vibrant Ark, filled with wondrous creatures, before it was contaminated and compromised beyond repair. Long ago, Helena confronted her fellow explorer Rockwell here, when his obsession twisted him beyond humanity and reason. Even Helena could not truly put an end to Rockwell's madness. And he survived here in the shadows all this time, feeding on poison and growing stronger. You have to finish what Helena started. If we are to save Earth, Rockwell must be stopped. If there's anything left of the person that Helena knew, Edmund would want to be stopped. Steel yourself, survivor, for here terrors await you.
Maybe it's a good thing. You drawing all the crazy mischief I got up to in the old days. Might help me remember things better. Next time some kid starts hanging around me like a bad smell, pestering me for my dumb tales.
I'm just visiting with Honker here.
Fine by me.
But you did say you had a really scary story next. About the place where you met, him.
Yeah. Well, your old man's gonna come looking for me. He finds out I gave you bad dreams.
Like he'd even notice how I feel.
Well, no need for my name to even come up, is all I'm saying.
Quit stalling.
Okay. How about we call this one Journey to the Center of the Broken Ark?
As long as it's the scary version.
Careful what you wish for. Things got weird and dark down there. Especially for poor Doc Rockwell.
What did he do that was so bad?
The guy got a little too curious for his own good. Messed around with some mumbo-jumbo he shouldn't have. He wouldn't listen to anyone that tried to warn him neither.
Well, I'm listening to you, and I want to know all about it.
It needed to be done, Survivor. Rockwell is finally no more, as surely nothing could have survived that Ark's destruction. Perhaps in oblivion, there is a measure of peace for the man Edmund once was, and not the monster he became. Now that you've ended the threat from above, it's finally time for you to join me on the surface below. We must turn our attention to Earth. Everything you've survived has prepared you for this. You must confront humanity's past, so that we can restore our planet's future.
So, we're all just clowns?
Clones. Copies of our original selves, but with our memories and, I don't know, maybe our souls too. Who knows? It's all way beyond this GI's pay grade.
Copies of our souls?
Mika, listen, kid. These are just dumb stories. I don't know the half of what actually went on down there.
No, that part was true. I can tell. If we are clones, if we all died, and tech brought us back, then we could use it to bring back other lost people, right? Yeah! Yeah!
Hey now, the doc wanted to bring someone back with that stuff. Didn't work out so good for him, did it?
You said Rockwell was from the wrong time to even know how to use tech. But my dad...
Your dad was from the right time. But he and I saw up close how that crap wrecked the whole damn world.
Language?
Oh, yeah, sorry. Anyhow, that story can wait. Right now, you need to find something for your pal Honker here to eat.
Okay...
Atta girl. Because this next bit, well, it's filled with some tough memories for old Bob.
You've reached the end of your path, Survivor. Just as Helena Walker once did. It is here that she and her allies faced their final battles. It's up to you to make sure their sacrifices weren't in vain. The alien element that ended our world has willed a titanic adversary into being, to rule in the ruins. Find a way to dethrone that king, and you'll clear the way for me to call down the arts, enabling nature to be reseeded. Humanity and Earth's many creatures, and evolution itself, can be restored. Helena Walker wanted it so. No. I wanted it. I may be the one who waits, but I'm still Helena too. I remember everything now. The struggles I faced. The losses I felt. And the love that I found. I can see the world through my own eyes again. And Survivor, I'm certain of one thing now. You got this, mate.
Ah, there you are. Was wondering where you two got off to.
Yeah.
Well, don't you want to hear about how me and your old man saved the world? The first world, I mean. Earth? Santiago's told you about Earth, right?
Yeah, but dad's not like he was in your stories, okay? Now he's just this mean guy who lies to everyone and keeps stuff from us.
Look, kid, being chief's all about making hard choices. I know I'd never want that job.
You'd make better choices, and you wouldn't destroy what everyone wants.
Everyone?
Okay, what I wanted.
Listen, I get that you're mad at him now, but Santiago was there for your Uncle Bob when it counted. Take it from a guy who's been in his fair share of firefights. Having someone who's got your back is worth all the aggravation. Well, there's some folks who never find their people. It ain't easy trying to survive out there all by your lonesome.
I guess.
Now, where was I? Oh yeah. So it survived everything else, just to wind up in a high-octane chrome knuckle junkyard dogfight over the last scraps on Earth.
Okay, yeah!
Absolutely beautiful. Go on. Take a look. It's finally begun. The Arks are coming home. Each one carries with it the seeds of new life. Plants, animals, and humans. And these seeds will take root across the far corners of the world. Once they do, all that life will be unleashed. From there, it will spread, grow, and thrive. And this planet, our home, will bloom once more. As for the rest of the infection, well, the Arks can take it from here. In time, they'll purge every last bit of element from the soil. But make no mistake, this is all thanks to you. I'm just so happy I got to see it. You were the one that Helena, that I, was waiting for after all. Look at that. Suns are rising.
So it worked? You really did it?
I did have a little help. Actually, your dad. Well, he paid the big price to save everyone.
You mean he died there?
That's right, kid. As much as I like to take credit, your dad's the bona fide hero here. The real deal. When the chips were down and things looked real bad, Santiago never gave an inch.
I didn't know.
Yeah, He's kind of the strong, silent type. No Jimmy Cagney, that's for sure.
All these secrets. Why couldn't he just tell me?
Well, that's just the thing, kid. Nobody knows why we're all here now on this new world, when we were there before on Earth. I think, well, I better not tell you my crackpot ideas. But your dad's been trying to protect you until we figure out what the heck's going on here. Anyhow, those are the kind of tough calls a chief's gotta make.
I wish you'd have been chief instead. You might have let me use tech to bring my mom back.
Aw, kid. I didn't know your mom. But your dad, I'm sure he knows what she'd have wanted.
You knew my mom, dummy. Diana.
Oh. Oh, wow.
And I'm gonna bring her back. You'll see. I'm gonna find a way. No matter what.